Today, we are going to work on paraphrasing textual evidence. Writers paraphrase textual evidence by reading the text carefully, then flip the text over or move the text out of sight, write the information in your own words without looking at the original text. Remember, dates, names, and locations cannot change. And when you're done paraphrasing the text, check the original text to confirm the information is correct, but the vocabulary differs. Writers will paraphrase textual evidence in order to include factual information, but avoid having a paper that is direct quote after direct quote after direct quote. So essentially, you can have a direct quote in your paper, but you only want one direct quote per paragraph. So if you are required to have 3 pieces of textual evidence in a paragraph, one can be a direct quote, the others must be paraphrased. So I'm going to share with you a direct quote that I have for my paper about the Little Rock Nine. This came directly from an article within Gale Research. Quote, on September 4th, 1957, the Little Rock Nine arrived at Central High School for the first day of classes. However, Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus had ordered the Arkansas National Guard to prevent the black students from entering the school. In scenes that were broadcast across the country, members of the Little Rock Nine were stopped from entering the school by armed soldiers. In addition, a crowd of protesters taunted them, threw things at them, and spat on them. And as you can see, I have my in-text citation, parentheses, Little Rock Nine, parentheses, period. That's because this article does not have an author, so the in-text citation is the title of the article. So now I have to take this direct quote and flip it over or move it out of sight. So I'm going to do that momentarily, but before I do, I need to recognize there are certain things that cannot change. For example, the date, September 4th, 1957. If I use that, I need to keep it the exact same. Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus must stay the exact same. Arkansas National Guard must stay the exact same. Little Rock Nine must stay the exact same. And so now I'm moving the text out of sight and I'm going to rewrite it in my own words. And keeping in mind that dates, names, and locations cannot change. So I chose to go with, I kind of reordered it a little bit. And I started with the Little Rock Nine attempted to attend the first day of school at Little Rock Central High School on September 4th, 1957. Protesters screamed, yelled, and spit on the 9 black students. Additionally, Governor Faubus ordered the Arkansas National Guard to prevent the students from entering the high school. Therefore, the students were unable to attend classes on the first day of school. So I have worked really hard to keep those dates, names, and locations the exact same. Little Rock Nine is the exact same. September 4th, 1957. Governor Faubus is exact same. Arkansas National Guard is the exact same. So those details are the same. I can't change them. But I reordered the information. I changed some of the wording, and now this information is paraphrased because I put it in my own words. Now my next step is to check it with the original and confirm that it is, check with the original to confirm that this information is conveyed correctly. And so if I go back to my original quote, yes, September 4th, they did arrive at the high school for the first day of classes. That was in my paraphrase. They were black students. They were stopped from entering the school, and protesters did scream at them, throw things at them, and spit on them. So it's correct. It matches. So now we're going to practice this together. Writers paraphrase textual evidence by moving the direct quote out of sight or turning it over, and then rewriting the information in their own words. Our quote is, on Monday, September 23rd, the Little Rock Nine tried to enter the high school again. This time they were under the protection of the city's police force. While the National Guard had been removed, the protesters remained. Although the Black students were able to enter Little Rock Central High School, several protesters were able to get inside as well. For their own safety, the Little Rock Nine were asked to leave again. And once again, I have my article title in parentheses because that's my in-text citation. I have to give credit where credit is due. I have to keep in mind dates, names, locations must stay the same. So some of those dates, names, and locations that can't change are Monday, September 23rd, Little Rock 9, National Guard, city's police force. Those are all very important information. If I use those dates and those names, I need to keep them the exact same. So you're going to now fold your piece of paper in half, and you're going to paraphrase this text in your own words. Do not look at the original text. Read the original text, and then flip it over, move it out of sight, and paraphrase this text in your own words. When you're done, you'll check it to make sure that you conveyed the information correctly. And if you have, then you have successfully paraphrased a direct quote.